Oh man, I am totally drawing a blank.
Happy birthday, Mr. Adult Man! Oh, Mom! Ugh, gross!
So once you talk about how movies can help people to better deal with something or about a situation, I would like to know, what about creators? What about you? How a movie and the creation process can help you to deal with something?
You know, it's funny, when we started working on this film, which is loosely based on a personal story in my life between my brother and I, and our father had passed away, I talked to my mom a lot about it. And I said at one point, boy, Mom, I feel like I'm exploiting my life for art. And my mom said, I think it's the other way around. I was so moved by that, and I thought she was right. You're exploiting your art for your life, meaning when you make a creative piece of work based on something in your life that's hard or difficult or painful, you really get to work through it, through that art. And I think, hopefully, if you do that, other people will connect to that art and see themselves in it, see their own fears and questions.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hardest thing to achieve, what you're talking about. It's a really easy thing to say of like, you gotta have a great story, but you need to come up with a great story that entertains everyone across the globe, no matter what their age or no matter what their background. Like, it's a pretty high bar to do that. What I found, the secret to it, is honestly, it comes from within. It comes within our own experiences. My favorite room in any Pixar building is a story room, because it's the most sacred place to me. It's the safest space, because if you're talking honestly and true to your own experience of what it's like to be a human, and you put that in the film in an honest way that is relatable, then you have a good story. And that's what we have with this film, because it came from Dan's own experience. And that is like a North Star, you know? It guided our compass so we knew where to go.
I have something for you from your dad.
It's a wizard staff.
I wrote this spell so I could see for myself who my boys grew up to be.
You have explored the dynamic between two friends, two monsters, and now you explore the dynamic between two elf brothers.
Come a long way in the last 12 years.
Yeah. So why did you choose, again, imaginary creatures for a story?
Yeah, I mean, the boys are the brothers in this story are elves, but they're pretty human, you know? They have very human stories. I think part of it is just the fun of animation, you know? We have the opportunity to not have human characters, so to do a little something fun, to have these creatures that are in the world, you know, there's also unicorns and manticores and centaurs, just adds a little bit more fun to the world and takes advantage of animation, gives the animators something to sink their teeth into.
Belle brings him back.
Back to life?
He wanted to meet you more than anything.
Holy tooth of Zadar! How did you...
I don't know, it just started!
Hang on!
Dad?
Just don't top part!
You have a great cast in Onward, so how did you choose Tom Holland and Pratt for this movie?
We needed a character for Ian, someone who could be very awkward and shy, and Tom does that great, you know, and he does this thing where he fumfers awkwardly and nervously, and it's so charming that we thought, oh, he's perfect. And you know, he has to be sincere, and Tom is a great actor who can really, you know, get you to get behind him. And then for Barley, we wanted somebody wild and crazy and out of control, but that would be fun to watch be out of control. And Chris is fun to watch go wild, and he has so much energy and he's so funny, but he's such a big heart underneath it all that you kind of excuse him for anything he does. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus, again, you know, we wanted a character for Laurel Lightfoot, the boy's mother, who has been through a lot, but has a sort of sardonic gallows humor about it all. And Julia is so perfect at that. She has such a just great sense of humor and a great way of commenting on the craziness that's going on around her.
We've only got 24 hours to bring back the rest of Dad. We're going on a quest.
At this moment, the film industry goes with a lot of remakes, reboots, sequels, but Onward is like the exception to the rule, and it's an original story. So what do you think about the film industry at this very moment?
Well, I don't know so much about the film industry in general, but I know at Pixar, we're always, whether we're doing a sequel or an original film, we're always trying to make sure that it's an original story, that there's a reason why it exists, that it's coming from a place that is unique, or that it's coming out of an idea that we haven't quite seen done before. And if that means, but that story would actually be told perfectly with these characters from another film or from a new film. But I'm excited that it was a joy to work on a sequel or a prequel in the past, but this is a whole new opportunity for me, and it's really exciting to take a risk and not know how it's going to go because it's something new.
With the sequel, you're locked into like certain things have already been answered. And with the original, everything, like there are no rules. That's good and bad, because then you have to make up the rules. Then you have to start with nothing, and with an original, there's a lot of freedom with that, but there's also a lot of work that comes along with it. You have to figure everything out from the ground up versus kind of having like some of the things figured out.
You guys are in trouble big time.
Get in the vehicle. I'm escorting you home. I'm giving you to the count of 3.
Okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
I don't know.
And what's the lesson with this story, with all the adventure that these brothers take? What's the lesson?
There is definitely a theme and a point to the movie that I can't say because it would give it away. But I think a reason to see the film that's exciting is to ask yourself the question of what would I do with one more day with someone I lost. I think that's kind of the beginning question you should enter the movie with. And but I do think there is definitely a thing I'm very excited about people leaving the theater with.
And maybe something about the definition of magic, and if we can still see magic in this world.
I think in this movie, magic is potential. It's just making sure there's nothing bad with technology. Technology is great, and there's so many wonderful things we can do now. Just don't let your life get so easy that you don't challenge yourself to bring out your potential. And to me, that's the magic inside you.